I never thought betrayal could hit me from two directions at once, my wife and my own brother. But sometimes life has a way of cutting you deeper than you ever imagined. It started small, little things that didn't add up. My wife, Sarah, suddenly became distant, hiding her phone, staying late at yoga classes that never seemed to improve her flexibility. At the same time, my brother, Jason, started avoiding me. We had always been close, and now he barely returned my calls. I told myself it was stress, maybe coincidence. I didn't want to believe the truth staring me in the face. The truth came crashing down in the most unexpected way, at the doctor's office. I had been feeling run down, not myself. Out of caution, I went for a full checkup. When the doctor walked in with the results, his tone was careful, deliberate. "Mr. Turner, you tested positive for an STD." My mind went blank. I had been faithful my entire marriage. The only way this was possible was through Sarah. I sat there in stunned silence, gripping the edge of the chair. The doctor continued, "You'll need to inform your partner immediately. And, well, it looks like someone else in your family has been treated here for the same condition." I froze. "Who?" I asked, barely able to get the word out. The doctor hesitated, then said quietly, "Your brother, Jason. He was in just last week." My heart dropped into my stomach. The room spun. My wife had cheated on me with my own brother, and they had both exposed me to their recklessness. It wasn't just betrayal. It was humiliation, contamination, a wound that cut through blood and vows. I left that office shaking, the medical report clutched in my hand like a weapon. I didn't go home right away. Instead, I drove aimlessly. For hours, my mind a storm. Part of me wanted to confront them immediately, to scream, to fight. But another part of me knew that revenge is sweeter when it's cold, calculated, undeniable. If they wanted to play with fire, I was going to burn their little world down. That night, I acted normal when I got home. Sarah was already in bed, scrolling on her phone. She barely looked up when I walked in. I studied her face, the same face I once kissed with trust. Now nothing but a mask of lies. I didn't say a word. Instead, I started preparing. Over the next week, I gathered proof. I accessed our phone bill and saw the late-night calls and texts between her and Jason. I checked our bank statements and found charges for hotel rooms, restaurants, and gifts, all while she told me we were struggling financially. Piece by piece, the puzzle was clear. They had been sneaking around for months, laughing behind my back, thinking I would never know. The perfect opportunity came at a family dinner. My parents, my siblings, even some close cousins were there. Sarah sat beside me, smiling like she had nothing to hide, while Jason sat across the table, avoiding my eyes. The air was thick with unspoken tension. I waited until dessert, when the conversation was light and everyone was relaxed. Then I stood up and tapped my glass. "I have something to share," I said. Everyone turned to me. I pulled out the folded medical report from my jacket pocket and laid it on the table. "I went to the doctor last week. Turns out I tested positive for an STD. Now, I've only ever been with my wife, so naturally I was confused, but the doctor was kind enough to tell me something interesting. My brother Jason tested positive for the exact same thing just a few days earlier." The room fell silent. Forks clattered against plates. My mother gasped. Jason's face went pale, and Sarah's hands started trembling. She tried to stammer something, but no words came out. I looked directly at Jason. "So tell me, brother, how does my wife's condition match yours? Coincidence, or just the final proof of how low the two of you have sunk?" Gasps rippled through the room. My father stood up, fury blazing in his eyes. Jason tried to protest, but the evidence was undeniable. Sarah broke down, sobbing, begging for me to listen. I didn't. I looked around the table and said clearly, "This marriage is over. And as far as I'm concerned, so is my relationship with my brother. You betrayed me in the most disgusting way possible. You can both rot in the mess you've created." I walked out that night and never looked back. Within a week, I filed for divorce. The medical report, combined with the phone records and financial statements, destroyed any chance Sarah had in court. She walked away with nothing but her shame. Jason, he became the family outcast. My parents couldn't look at him without disgust, and his friends abandoned him when they found out what he'd done. As for me, I rebuilt my life, slowly, painfully, but stronger than before. The scar of betrayal will always remain, but so will the memory of their faces when the truth came out, exposed by a simple piece of paper they never thought would betray them. They thought they could hide their affair forever. They thought I would never know. But in the end, it was their own carelessness, their own sickness that revealed everything. And sometimes the harshest revenge isn't the one you plan. It's the one life hands you on a silver platter.